Air support charges are one of the most underutilized items in Warframe. I've seen a lot of people with thousands of hours in the game have no idea what they are. They don't know what Orokin Eye is, and some of them don't even know what an air support charge is. You watching this video, you're probably the same. It makes sense because most of these air supports are not that good, and it takes a lot of effort to get most of them. So today I'm going to be telling you all about air supports. The first thing I'm going to have to explain is what exactly is an air support. So every landing craft in Warframe comes with its own unique ability, and that's what is referred to as an air support. You get it after you build the landing craft. In order to build other landing crafts or air support charges, you first need the landing craft foundry segment, which you can get from the Tenno Dojo of your clan. You just need to replicate it, build it, and then install it. After you've built the different landing crafts, you can use the air support in any ship that you want. In order to see what air supports you currently have available or to change it to a different one, what you need to do is to go to your menu, then go to Equipment, Orbiter, Landing Craft, and the last option there is going to be where you can choose your air support. You just need to click on it, choose the one you want, and then click Equipped. After you equip the air support you want, you have to build the air support charges to use them in mission. You can find these in your foundry. It's probably just going to be the top item there, and they're relatively cheap to build. After you build it, you just need to equip it to your gear wheel, and then you can use it in missions whenever you like. Well, not exactly whenever. They have a 10-minute cooldown. We can reduce this cooldown to 5 minutes if you have the rank 2 Engineering Intrinsic with Railjack. There's currently 7 different types of air support available in the game as of update 35. I'm going to go over each of them, how you get them, what they do, and my general thoughts on them. If I talk about a landing craft and it has parts blueprint, it's most likely tradable, and also most of these are available in the market. There is like one exception, but besides that, you can just buy a lot of them straight up, either from another player or from the market. There's currently a bug / unannounced feature in the game right now where certain air support don't consume charges. Luckily, the ones that don't are the ones that I consider to be the best ones. That's Orokin Eye, Kahl Beacon, and Override. You don't know what those mean yet, but that's what I'm going to explain now. The first one that I'm going to explain is Carpet Bomb, which you get from the Scimitar. The Scimitar, just like the other landing crafts with farmable parts, has 3 different parts. Each part drops from a different assassin boss, so that is the Stalker, Grusak 3, and Zanuka. What this air support does is when you place the air support charge, it drops bombs in a line from your position to the charge's position. These bombs do 250 impact damage, and they also knock down and ragdoll enemies that are hit by it. Because the bombs do a low amount of flat impact damage, it struggles to even kill level 10 enemies, and any enemy with armor is going to take even less damage from it. In the current state, I think this ability just isn't worth using. The next air support is Dreamers, which comes with the Nightwave landing craft. As you can guess from the name, you get this one from Nightwave. It's not available with every act, and currently it isn't available. So what you need to do is just check the Nightwave every time a new one starts to see if the ship is there, and that's how you'll be able to get it. The air support for this one is pretty interesting. What it does is it creates a 10-meter field, and enemies within that field will be put to sleep. The enemies need to be within that radius when the ability activates, or else they're not going to be put to sleep. And also the sleep doesn't work on all enemies. Like, it doesn't work on Eximus units, but surprisingly it does work on the Acolytes. And it's actually pretty funny how it works. If you use it on them, it kind of just like unplugs their controller and they just start doing the idle animation, and you can just freely kill them, which is kind of cool. Another cool thing about it is that unlike Equinox's Rest and Rage, which also puts people to sleep, there's no wake up threshold, which means that for the entire duration of the ability, they're just going to be asleep until you kill them or the ability ends. This is a very niche ability, but I could see it maybe possibly being somewhat useful. Next, we have one that's more useful in general, which is the Kahl Beacon, which you get with the Skaut landing craft. This landing craft is available after you complete the Veilbreaker. You can either buy it from the market for plat, or you can do the Break Narmer missions each week and buy it for 120 stock. The Kahl Beacon is pretty cool because it just summons Kahl and 2 of his crewmates, which is essentially just 3 specters that technically last forever. When you activate it, Kahl and his crewmates, they come for 5 minutes. but with the engineering rank 2 intrinsic, then the cooldown is also 5 minutes. So as soon as one ends, you can just recast it and have them forever. And this also doesn't consume any air support charges, so it really is just a forever use. Another cool thing about the Kahl Beacon is that you can use it in Netrocell and Archon hunts, because even though they're technically specters, they're summoned from air support charge, which isn't disabled in the mission. While Kahl is active, if someone else in your squad uses air support, then it's going to heal Kahl and summon an additional crewmate for him. I like this one a lot because it's just a distraction, and it's also like a decent source of damage because, it's specters that scale with enemy level. The next air support ability is Med Tower, which you get from the Mantis landing craft. You can get this one from rare or reinforced storage containers. One part comes from Grineer containers, the next part comes from Corpus containers, and the third one comes from Orokin containers. What this air support does is it summons a life support thingy that heals whoever interacts with it for 100 health. It can be used 25 times, and the healing that you receive from it also applies to your companion. It's a pretty simple ability. There is one cool thing about it though. The 100 health that it gives to your companion also auto-revives it. So maybe there's like a niche situation where you can summon this to just constantly keep your companion alive if they're dying a lot. Besides that, it can be used as like a platform to stand on, or you can use it to block like a choke point, but that's kind of meh. The next one I'm going to talk about is easily the best one in my opinion, and that's Orokin Eye from the Parallax. You can get the Parallax from rare containers on the Zariman. The air support ability for this ship is the main reason that I made this video. It's so good, and just by existing, it's making air supports much more useful. What it does is that when you activate it, it marks any rare items in a 150 meter radius around you. This includes Iatan treasures, syndicate medallions, fragments, Kuria, that weird key from the Zariman, rare storage containers, sentient cores, that thing from the Gap mission, the Orokin Vault, Pinion, Voca, just whatever's on the map that's probably useful, Orokin Eye is going to mark it. The only thing that it really doesn't mark is the resource caches from Sabotage and Exterminate missions, but anything else, Orokin Eye is probably going to get it. On the Zariman tileset, and now on the new Whispers of the Wall tileset, it's really good at helping to find the Pinion and Voca scattered around the map. So a lot of people know what it is now, but I feel like it's still not enough. If you're going to take anything away from this video, is that you should probably get the Parallax and equip Orokin Eye. Like, it's just free value. The next air support that I'm going to be talking about is a bit more situational, and that's Override, which you get from the Liset. You don't need to farm this one because, it's the one you start with. What Override does is that it resets alarms. It also disables lockdown, and it can temporarily pause a timer on rescue and spy missions. This one's really great if you happen to do a public spy mission and someone messes up the alarm, because you can use it to give them time or give yourself time to get over there to fix their mistake. So it's not something that's always needed, but when you do need it, you're going to be glad that you have it. Last but not least is the Sentry Turret from the Xiphos. You get this one from opening all 3 caches in certain Sabotage and Exterminate missions. The Sentry Turret that it deploys is able to kill low-level enemies, but there's too many shortcomings of it that I don't really enjoy using it. First, it always spawns at a fixed level, so no matter when you spawn it, no matter enemy level, it's always going to be level 30. It has weird spread when shooting enemies at a distance, and also it's very squishy. There's ways to make it better. You can heal it with rejuvenation. There's certain Warframe abilities that buff it, and I've heard of certain setups that make it good, but I don't think it's worth the commitment because the Kahl Beacon is available, which doesn't cause a charge and scales with enemy level. And you also have general specters or your on-call crewmate, which are just going to be better. That's all of the current available air supports. I probably just did the worst job convincing you that they're actually good. But all I'm going to say is just try out Orokin Eye and you'll see what I'm talking about. Be sure to like and subscribe and tell me in the comments how all of these are just bad and they're actually not as good as I'm making them out to be. And have a good day.